How careless is it to call out what is or what isn't, to bring up racial tension, people's past, to lie on it, to not tell the truth, to try to manipulate, go against free will, have the ability to stand up for somebody and do or don't, or stand up for the truth, then try to take what's supposed to be for somebody else. That's an insult. It's almost like going to a wake and you giving money to a family, or you giving money for a car accident or surgery to somebody else that doesn't need a surgery. Like, I'm like, what? So this person went through it, and you talk about taking and doing or manipulating everything. That's what I'm like. I'm like, your personal beefs brought on by your own actions, or the actions in which you step into and don't explain yourself thoroughly, that's on you. So I'm sitting here like, somebody trying to say this and trying to say that, and they bring them on themselves knowingly. Like, I was not aware of all the tomfoolery when the tomfoolery was happening. I became aware. Then somebody added up their game. So it's like, we can't do it this way. Let's do it that way. Can't do it this way. Let's do it that way. We're playing this, so let's utilize that. Let's go back to this. Let's say that. Oh, now they ain't got no, or got credit. Now they ain't got no credit. Now they can't do this. We can hold them here. Or we can manipulate here. We can call out there. We can manipulate people to do bad things. Like I said, like in the movie Needful Things. I gotta watch that today. It just like, I'm just sitting here. That's why I get confused, because I'm like, the answer is so evidently clear. Yet and still some people sit around and like toy with the issues, and this is not something that I have to be fed. This is something that is common knowledge. This is something somebody else would say about the situation if they actually knew everything that happened. This is something else they have to be told to say, or say, oh, let me say this because what you call is telling me to say. No, like, it's common sense. Oh my God. And to try to come up with excuses and bring up old stuff, or say this, or say that, or we got, or we take, or you consider what you're saying. You're taking or passing around what you shouldn't even have if that's what you were doing. You know what I mean? Like, stuff that you're saying, I'm like, think of what you're saying, so it's not for you. It's not meant for you. And you pass it around, or you try to take, or you try to obtain, but it's not meant for you. It's kind of odd. And then it takes somebody's luster. Like, I would never want to step in and take somebody's luster from them. Oh, you created this, or you did this, or you did. Good for you, but don't sit there and, oh yeah, well, I was the one that was da da da, and I get it. I'm like, what? I think I said a long time. You stand beside somebody. It's like the punchline, after the punchline, not the punchline, and then you kind of take back what you said, or you take away from the lesson. Like, I'm like, really, 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 really. And that, like, wow. And then somebody that doesn't give it, thank you for bringing that up. I'm like, so if you don't give it, in general, I'm guessing, don't make you give it to tell somebody what actually happened or actually didn't happen, unless you didn't give it what anybody else thought and you did the right thing. That I applaud. But if you just don't give period, but what information did you get from this person? I would go back to the, but you said you don't give it. So you stand up for, I guess if you stand up for somebody that's right, people say, oh, bump you, this, that, and the third. Like, well, I don't give what y'all say, I'm going to stand up for what's right. But saying, I don't give a, and then saying, okay, well, I'm going to come over here and help. But I'm still going to fall back on it. I don't, or you don't give it. Because it's not me not giving it, which is, I'm still, I'm lost. I'm like, why would somebody even be at this moment pondering? And I felt weird. I get why, because I'm like, well, if and wow, y'all, whew, mm, wow, I don't, I would just be at a, this might get, feel like keep wanting to be in a, like, have you ever stood somewhere and felt like being in a room and feel like mischievous? It's almost like being a parent and you get that sixth sense, somebody somewhere is cutting up. And then you be on like a direct track and it's just like that sour energy hits. It's good energy somewhere, but then it's like the sour just keeps. Whew. I would not understand it. Like when you have much more fun not being like that. Like to me, that's so, you gotta think of, okay, well, he said this, I'm gonna say that. Like, I just never been the type to want to deal with that. Never been the type to want to have to sit there and create all of these excuses or not analyze the heck out of something, but to sit here and try to, oh, I'm gonna do this because of this, because of that. That must be why I asked somebody. I'm not gonna say who, because people like to take that and run with it long enough just to get back in. Trying to help put pieces together because I'm like, yeah, I don't, my mind doesn't work like that. So, in doing the right thing, I'm hoping that what somebody tries to set up is bad, F's itself. It's like, okay, well, you say this, well, then I win all the time. And I ask questions. Okay, you say this, well, you know, all these times I complained to you that something was going on. Oh, well, you went and said this. Well, look right here. Like this morning, I woke up like, do you kind of see why somebody could get in? And but I'm not turning and pointing fingers. I'm just asking, can you see why? And you sit and you analyze, like, oh, yeah, I can. Because, yeah, all this was going on. And that. Or, oh, I thought he really didn't care. Of course I did. I pretty much was there all the time. And then at the end, it was just spun on so sudden. And then who really wants to see that? I really, really like, I went through it one time. I really don't like going to much more. It's like you see that the pictures in your head, it makes it surreal. It just, it's not on my to do list. And I'm sitting here like, this feeling before where I didn't want to come out the house and just look at people. I didn't want to be like, really, bro, right now? Like, that's what y'all, when you know, like, wow, like, huh? Wow. Like, if somebody concocted a plan and y'all fell for it, y'all fell for it. If things happen, that ain't that. I didn't got nothing to do with planning development. And the fact that people played into it, oh, they were using. And if you use, then you pay for something you use, darling. You don't create lies. You don't prolong the situation so other people are brought into it. You don't create more sin. We all got sin. We're not sinless. But I'm like, dang, don't put something on people that you don't have to put on. You know, depending upon what you believe. Like, I get a loss. Clear mind, and I have to keep saying that because I'm like, you get bombarded with people's conversations. You get bombarded with people's energies. You get bombarded with so much, and I'm just like, somebody has to slow their roll. I said that a long time ago. Like literally, like I feel like I tried to try to. I can't slow this roll. I feel like somebody else. You want to be like, like. Whew. Then you have to show that you have some form of a choice. Oh, he's gonna come and he's gonna, you know what? No, I'm not gonna come and do that. I'm gonna come and grab this or come grab. Because what are you doing? I mean, if you're having that much, then what are you using it for? Have you proved your point? Have you changed something and made a statement? And then when you're making a statement, what did you do after that? Thought about what you call it, about how you're talking about how money got you made the impact, you put the message out there, then all of a sudden you just about buying this and buying that. I'm not that's entirely accurate based on what was presented, but I'm like, that's kind of hot for this situation. Oh yeah, look at this and yeah. Oh, we're gonna back out and go over here right off with oh no, that'll be fine. Look at see first. Oh, look, got a job at top of it. That was the light dream. Not bragging on anybody's dream, but that wasn't mine. That doesn't give me enough to provide any type of security or comfort in the situation I was dumped in. It's just too blatantly obvious. That's why when people say, oh, I got you, oh, and this, it keeps throwing these, I'm like, okay, so that gotta be real. So that makes me sit back and be like, let me go in here and look at what you call it, because I'm like, it don't make sense for it not to be. And I don't think I have never thought, oh, this is a great plan. I would love to be like, somebody should have sat next to this person the whole time. Not once did I say, oh, this ain't working, or oh, this is a great plan, or oh, da da da. I think I said it was what? I think it was, shoot, this person. I'm just like, I didn't even think of it. That's what I said. I couldn't. But it is, what was this? Was it good? Was it bad? It's good, right? So if it's good, then let's just see somebody you did. Let's just say you did that. You provided the plan, which is like your planning and development. Guess who goes out in the field? The agent, the specialist. And typically, the agent budget far exceeds planning and development. So it's like, oh, okay, you said you did this, right? Okay, well then come forward. Or do you not want to? You want to come? You don't want. You don't want. Okay, well, huh. And then I look back like, well, but then you can't really say planning and development because it wasn't really your total plan. Maybe your plan to prove. Unless you planned it on the evil front. If you plan on the evil front, it's like, well, that's something everybody just fell victim to. So you really don't really get nothing if it gets unfoiled. And people still end up having to pay you. Pay the person that went through it. Even the person that brought light to the situation. So it's kind of like, doing dirt or not doing dirt. Not doing dirt. Two people doing dirt. Still very well possibly two people. Or just one that just tries to do everything right by people based on how they were raised. But maybe somebody that backs somebody. But now it's quite peculiar. I want to sit back and I'm like, well, I just wow. And then the things I will have to go through based on the things that happen. That's another thing. I was like, I don't think people realize how what stuff felt like, what stuff, how annoying, how disruptive, how tiring, how frustrating, how like I don't raise my voice, and for me to even pull myself to get my voice as loud as it did those couple of days. Notice I said couple because I don't raise my voice. I'm like, wow. But it was kind of good because it stopped everything, you know. Everything did fall silent at that. But I'm like, I don't raise my. I don't like to. Well, I do kind of like to talk, but not a lot. Like not like okay. Since you're getting annoyed, I'm out. I just, you know, just like signs so evident. people talk about responsibilities, people have responsibilities for people's responsibilities. That's just a given. And then they apologize. Oh, we said we're. But have you really sat back and thought about what could have happened or what's actually happened? And was it to help? Because if it was to help, how did it help? Social services. What does it always say? Something for the underserved? It's like, hmm. 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 I'm over here at the kitchen window now, which is further away from the backside, closer to the middle, where people's bedroom windows really aren't. And there's a soft hum in the background. And I'm talking as the same voice that I would talk on the backside when I have to kind of reflect and try to make stuff not make sense to myself or remind myself what the. And then to some people, I'm like, thanks, but dang, what you gotta do to kind of. And that's a scoff. Like, what do you gotta do to get somebody to realize? You know, like, and why would somebody put somebody in that position? Why not go about stuff the right way? And I said this a long time ago. If you're trying to figure stuff out, see stuff, want to do, why not do it the right way? Could you imagine if somebody knew, oh, he's talking about justice, right? Let's just say E.T. standing right behind me or to the left of me or up and down or under my foot or in my pocket. And you're like, oh, well, or spirits or whosoever. Or was it Gremlin or Godzilla or King Kong? Like, and they're like, oh, he really wants to have a kid and kind of be successful. He's trying. He's doing this and he's doing that. He's trying to pull himself out of this situation and get out of that. Whenever something gets hairy, he's kind of like, let me move away. Let me try to redo. Don't you think they would want to just see that moment? And if they actually saw that moment, they would just be like, I don't think I would sit around and be like, okay, this person's really one. He's trying. He's trying to get it. Ooh, okay. Well, darn, messed up. Okay, they got him this time. Well, that was on him. Now that was on them. Now that was on them. Now that was on this. Now that was on them. Like, why they being like that? Oh, dang, that was on him that time. Now because he just gave up. No, he didn't give up. He's tired. Oh, okay, da-da-da. And it's like, then something actually does happen to where, okay, it's almost like a proud parent. You're like, wow, he got it. Look at him. And then you present yourself on better terms. And that's why I said the whole thing about like, well, if something is, or someone is out there trying to do the right thing, why would they make themselves as known as they would want to be while people are effing around? Unless you're going for somebody that likes the bad. I just never got that. I was like, okay, the things people have not realized or have not come to understand because they are in the moment, or maybe they have been. Maybe somebody had to be. Somebody had to sense it. And I'm just like, I mean, somebody had to sense it. You know, like, wow. I just, Remember somebody even said he knew the whole time that he possessed something, and that's why people started acting shady? People forgot about that moment. Oh, no, we didn't mention that. Shaw didn't mention that. I was like, oh. So I knew that X, Y, Z happened, and that's why y'all were acting so funny. Huh. I'm thinking about somebody else, so it could have been somebody else. Because that wasn't the plot, because they took it after the fact, right? But somebody else was like, they knew, because they had it this whole time. So if somebody knew, and I remember, because that's why we did da 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 da. Okay, that's kind of weird. You also said that's why certain people acted a certain way. That's why I was like, wow, huh, wow. I was like, then it went for this, then it went to that, then it went to this. So I was like, first of all, what? And I think that's when people got their in moment. And my mind started searching, like, well, there was that one time, that doctor. And I was like, I didn't talk to nobody about that. It's like, could that have been? Because you really didn't explain to me. And you didn't tell me it was much of a problem. I was like, I'm pretty sure you didn't say. I was like, maybe. He was like, we'll try something, Sean. I was like, huh. But I didn't think about it. And I still haven't. Well, I never thought about it. But I thought about it like one time, I think in 2000, when was it? When was it way back? I forgot. Because my mind was searching like how, when, and where, and how, what, when, what was the moment if that was the case, right? Like, what was the moment? It was a long time ago. But doesn't that kind of strike a bell? Like, oh, so that's why huh. And that's why people do. And that's why this happened. And that's why. And this is why they ain't doing. And that's why they ain't. And this is why they ain't. And that's why they ain't. So I'm like, you know what, God, I'm gonna have faith. Cause I'm like, it don't make sense for all this to keep going around and nobody to say nothing, bring, do this, do that, do this. And I'm like, what type of person? I don't know what to say. That's why I'm like, imagine being in my shoes. And then even now, somebody talking about, oh, so dude, that's gay. Um, I'm like, what? And then I started figuring out something else. And I was like, oh. I didn't really talk to nobody about it or say anything. I was just like, oh. And this is exactly why I go back and I'm like, let me whatchamacallit. Because nobody's going to give you the real answer. For somebody to be so selfish or selfless, there seems to be a whole bunch of selfish. It's like for somebody to be like, oh, I'm trying to do it. But then in the same breath, which I'm very confused about. Even so, I'd be like, well, this situation calls for it, regardless of. I shouldn't try to have people's back. Like, oh no, they're not doing that because of this. They're not saying that because of that. And, oh no, they're gonna do right. And going down by the dock. Oh, X, Y, and Z, and oh no, they're gonna go ahead and bring them. And you're laughing about that. I'm like, darn. And then F you. No, I don't. No, nobody not F you. Don't nobody give her. So I'm just like, oh, so then most people kind of get it. Most people wouldn't be mad. Most people are like, oh well, yeah, we understand. So it's like everybody kind of signed off on it. I'm like, well, I should have to go searching or looking or go up or go down, go right and go left. It's kind of like, we appreciate you for trying to be that guy to get the situation to slow down, to think of others, and try to not wait. Don't think this person is bad like this. Wait. Don't think. Even though some people are sitting around here saying this person racist, and that person not, and stupid, whatchamacallit. I'm just like, don't put all that on me and then call it out like, that's what I feel, that's what I felt. This person gonna be me. I ain't never had so many people run around here done nothing. And then it turned to what was it? Why wasn't it? What was it? Why him over? I'm like, child. I don't think I did. I didn't even ask that. When somebody said they're trying the heck out of me, I'm like, oh, why y'all know? And I'm like, I really ain't. I'm like, what should we call y'all walking around why? What? Why? Whatchamacallit? Not me. They did that at the airport. What was that? Where was I at? Was it Hartsfield? Oh yeah. I'm just like, whoa. Maybe somebody already knew it was coming. Maybe those are the predictors. I'll take the B word back, but I'm like, dang, bro, like, and the sacrifice. I was like, I root my own, even though I really wanted to make sure that my, put in quotes, family was okay by leaving the nest and doing this and doing that. I was like, I would have to give that and embark on by myself, which I'm like, well, obviously I've kind of already, but I'm like, given the circumstances that you placed me in, and then if somebody said they trust me, you have to pause your mouth to trust them. It is that mouth, that extra that gets wheels turning. Or maybe they were already turning. And I'm just like, wow. And I would have to say thanks a million times over for people that actually did participate and were trying to do the right thing. Because I'm like, I'm at odds with that. And somebody, oh, you know how much? I'm like, well, wow. Somebody else want to take that too. I heard that before. In the past, I was like, somebody else clearly kind of was helping me. I mean, helping me, but having my back. Let's say that. And I'm like, I'm not trying to take their shine. Somebody can't be that person that's continually trying to, oh, it's just all me. That was helping. Because honestly, I really don't mind people knowing. Because my innocence is where I find bliss. And that was good. I didn't hear or see, watch them, or a typical response I would hear. I'm just like, what? Wow. I just really won't want anybody else to have to go through that. And in the end, I wonder how much good is it doing if you do so much bad? Why can't we just try to do right now and not try to like get on or cloud or the fame or it just makes no sense. I'm so beautifully set to where all this other stuff that was said, I'm thinking of train rides and people coming and acting a monkey and utilizing, oh, that must be, that must be, or a Harlem hospital when they talk about, or using a voice. Or saying oddly placed. And these aren't lies. Like, I know what I heard. Kind of like the microphone knows what it picks up in the background. I know what I heard. You might not admit to it. You might not say yes. You might not say no. And these weren't. What was it? It wasn't alien. Or was it? Because if y'all are listening and following, you should know who you're listening and following. Like, you can't say, oh, we didn't know it was thing following. I guess that's where the whatchamacallit come in, but you seem to have undone it yourself pretty nicely. Like they're pretty much just back to normal. I've been noticing some people just right back to normal. But then there's me where I'm like, oh, tired, oh, this, oh. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that went through something. But I'm like, dang. Hmm. Somebody even brought up the time about at the guy's house, and which was crazy because I'm like, what the? Like, can you imagine that? Like, you looking at a phone and them not wanting to give you the phone back and kind of gag you. Like, I was like, what the? What's that? And the party upstairs, I'm like, was it, you built me up for this, or was that really going on? Because I'm like, wow, I can't believe that would have really been going on. I'm like, wow, that kind of hurt my heart. That hurt my heart, didn't break my soul. I was just like, whoa. Um, you know how much trauma is behind that? And I appreciate the good for being like, oh, haha, hee hee, and this, that, and the third. Well, I always say, I need to drop that. Always saying this and that, but I don't know. Another part of me is like, I get the whole wondering, like, what's going? Are you that curious to not think of the right resolution? You're talking about a roadmap for change. When is this going to change? When is it going to change to where somebody doesn't have to do all that? Like when you approach, like I think like was it back in the day when something happened, you usually approach, like if what you call it, if there's a bad accident, train, plane, um, somebody gets shot, somebody like that, like somebody comes to you and they're like, look, we understand X, Y, and Z. We're willing to offer you. And you're like, you know what? Because you don't have to think about, okay, now I got to get a lawyer. Now I got to revisit all that pain. Now I got to sit here in court and spew out everything like word vomit that I'm probably not wanting to have to go through after being in a situation to where I'm trying to be thoughtful of people and, not spaz out or cause any more damage. Just, but instead you have to be that person to pull yourself. They didn't do this and they didn't do that. And then when it's so blatantly obvious, and you waste a lot of people's time having to come out to do the right thing. Like I was like, when did anybody really write? While people sitting around here running around and doing like this is clearly it's at a schoolhouse, it's at Marshall College, it's at a government building, it's at a store, it's on the street, it's on the subway. Has anybody really written? And have they really responded accordingly? And if not, I'm sitting back and think it's gotta be a good read. I'm hoping because like as much as I've read, went into the UN building. I'm like, my buddy went to the UN building. You know what? Like that type of behavior would happen, especially talking about, oh, I just go was it One Center Place? And even at Police Plaza. When I think about it, when I first went in to get the first little batch of evidence, or first evidence, police report, so that I could try to move from my apartment. And you don't need to go there. Let's do another. No, because what are you doing in the same locations where they've already done stuff? It's pretty much, I was there, I saw this happen. I guess you're trying to rely on some unknown persons. You want whatchamacallit to materialize and say, yo, guys, I was the one. And are completely thoughtless as to. It's like, oh, well, maybe we were making sure you could have. Babe. No. I think a pretty good while. To where I'm like, yeah. This should just put me back in tire mode. Like the whatchamacallit, that whole last one incident that got me out of my apartment, that was me trying to make a desperate like plea that whatever y'all are doing, I'm kind of not, I wouldn't say good, but I recognize enough not to um, succumb to it if you do your jobs correctly. Like if you come up and talk to, or if you have a meeting, if you do mediation, if you sit down and have a conversation, if you actually go knock on the door and tell the person, hey guy, you can't go down there, you don't know what's going on, don't jump into things like that. We know how it might look, but that's not how it is. And then having somebody sit here, and then now I'm having somebody sit here and beg, or hearing somebody beg to be whatchamacallit or give them money. Like, well, well, they say, oh, everybody, da da da. I'm like, baby, I would lie. I was sitting here getting, I was having so much faith in people at the last juncture. Like, you know what? Let me go ahead and put on one of my things where I can watch and then remain hopeful that I don't have to. But then I had it, and last time it was kind of like, well, I don't have, nigga. It's only because I'm like, are you giving me what I asked? First, you give me what I asked, and then why aren't you giving me what I asked? I looked at the paper and it was almost like a direct insult because I don't think it was written like that before. It was like, oh, we have the right to remove people. It's like, oh, so you know, it's we on the way because you gonna remove some folks. I just know, right? Because y'all you doing the most, and we gonna see how you act when you out of the situation and you're away. If you have to come back around, if you know what I mean, you have to try to pay somebody now because you're gone. If you're paying somebody now because you're gone, you know what I mean? Like if you're the only solitary voice at the end of the thing, if you're the only person still banging or hitting pots and pans because everybody else done stopping you. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it was, ah. And it's don't tell her, don't tell her, don't tell her. Like, whoa. I'm like, I've already talked to an officer for somebody, regardless of the situation. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to them for you. Even if we Even if sometimes I was like, what the? Oh, and you kind of being right at the mouth, and I really ain't said too much, but hey, I'm still gonna try to tell the truth, right? Yeah, X, Y, and Z. Or hey, you might want to go up there. I keep realizing I do the same. I've always pretty much done it. Even when I was back when I was back what 18, and I had a falling out um with the person I was living with. It was 18, 19. I think 18 or 19. And I was like, we went to the front office, like, what can we do? And they were like, the only thing I can suggest for y'all to do is maybe you let him off the lease and you probably should just go find your own place. Okay, cool. And that's what I did. They came to my job. I'm like, well, like, first of all, that's my job. And second of all, we're already pretty much decimated to leave. And I thought about another time where I was like, okay, let me try to talk to this person. You couldn't talk to this person. So what did you do? You had to go to. I'm like, I always do the same thing. Even at home, I'm like, when I sit down and I need to be like, what's everybody? Let's sit down. Let's communicate better. Like, and I don't want to dip off into something else as I'm looking at the TV. But what is that? What is that? I heard responsibilities. I just thought, once my other responsibilities comes, it was great. When something great becomes great, um, what is it called? With something responsibilities, with great responsibilities comes something. With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben. Why, why does Uncle Ben always tell Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility? Because with the acclamation of wealth, respect, or influence, one is in a position to use those resources to either benefit society as a whole or benefit themselves at the expense of others. And I'm not really. Or haven't yet. If there's a yet. Because I'm sitting around like, there's a. So hopefully there's definitely a yet. Because I'm like, what the? Hey, she. Like I said, it comes a pivotal moment where you have to change that. Because now it comes to, oh, you have somebody that's acting away. Maybe they need to see, like, oh, wow. Yeah, well, I see what you mean. Also, people weren't. So he did have something mixed up or confused. They were helping him versus, what was it saying about New York? New York should be ashamed. That's what I was like, well, yeah, I think walking down, what was that street next to the park? I'm like, wow. I brought the kids in front of, what's that little place, the museum or the garden, or the place at the bottom of, like going down towards the bottom of the Central Park. It's on the left or right? I think it's the right side of the park. If you're facing downtown, I'm like, all that going on. I'm just like, whoa, huh? Did that go on with somebody else? like in trying to spread good, like yeah, it is kind of like yeah, you should, and yeah, this and recycling. Have you noticed that the birds are kind of getting? Is it like I think it was way more birds last time when I first came to New York. I saw raccoons. Oh, I forgot about that. Raccoons at Central Park. I was just like, really, bro? And it was like a gang of them. I was like, this y'all gang. I mean, they are like 15 deep. I was like, shh. I probably been, maybe not 15, probably like 10 or 12. But like all that little group, like they was just at a reunion. And they were just in the park, just chilling. I was like, whoa, this is beautiful. This is why you don't interrupt. Like I see why they have certain things. Okay, well at night, it's closed. You know, they might want to come out, do what they do, how they're supposed to do it. But it was like, I almost want to be like, you should probably sell passes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can experience Central Park after dark with a pass. You pay a little extra money, you go in there, you got to be extra responsible and not to disturb nothing or something. But I'm just, well, maybe not, nah, because somebody probably would. But it was just, I was like, thank God for that moment because I was like, whoa. Of course, I got escorted out. Well, they asked me if they I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I just walked in the side. I was like, hey, how y'all doing? But I was quiet, so I wasn't bothering nobody. But I was like, dang, no, no, no. It's just, I want y'all to look instead of myself and look at this again. But I'm just like, you know, like, when somebody's talking about the whole this and that, I'm like, do you not realize why I made that such an adamant thing? Like, you can be in a relationship, but be yourself. You ain't gotta be the loud, goofy one always, girl, to try to fit in because you don't fit in with the guys. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. You shouldn't have to be like that too. That's what I was really disturbed about. I was like, you shouldn't have to. You know, if you're the way you are and something happened and you're getting over it, you're not getting over it, you're living your best life, you're doing this, like, why? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but it just strikes me as odd. But me personally, I get why somebody kept saying, what's my calling? Because one, I just really want just to kid myself. And I was like, two, I kind of know where I would have been, but due to circumstances, I'm like, I kind of get where if by some odd occurrence the universe threw me, I'm like, well, at least I will be able to give a good um, image of that's not how people that are in the lifestyle due to circumstances, non-circumstances, manipulation, non-manipulation, because they just felt it or they didn't felt it, still can or should be treated the same and accepted. Because you just never know. But yeah, I kind of. I'm like, right now. Like even women, I was like, wow, how they kind of acted. I'm like, oh, this girl is like you the shy guys. Like, dang, like you look at a girl like, wow, you're beautiful. You don't know what